Hello and welcome to Perspective, the action-packed youth debate show. Today we have our first semi-final episodes and we have two very experienced teams that are here with us in the studio today. And we have a very controversial topic for you as well. So both these teams have been through the preliminary rounds and the quarterfinals, and they've made their way to the semi-finals, and they're trying to today fight for their position in the Perspective final. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce the judges and the contestants. So as I usually do, I'll start off with the judges first. So first we have David. He worked in the British Army and the Sultan of Oman's Air Force. He then trained as a physiotherapist until becoming a family support worker with the Sure Start Children's Centre. His interests are reading and surfing the internet. He enjoys watching TV, especially current affairs and National Geographic programs. So, David, what are you looking for today in the winning team?
Well, I'm looking forward to an exciting debate because it's a very topical subject, and I'm particularly interested in hearing the contestants listen to the arguments put forward and then positively destroying them by their riposte.
Okay, thank you very much, David. So contestants, you know what David wants. Now on the far side we have Notion. She studied history before going on to work with the NSPCC and Childline for 2 years, and she currently works as a school teacher. So Notion, what are you looking for today in the winning team?
I'm looking for confidence, and I'm looking for teams that are working really well together.
Okay, thank you very much, Notion. And finally in the middle we have Swiber. She's 20. She has A-levels in sociology, philosophy and drama, and she's currently pursuing a career in acting. Swiber, what are you looking for today in the winning team?
My fellow judges have really summed it up. Two key things: confidence. When you're delivering your speeches in the first round, confidence is key. And a lot of evidence, hopefully. I hope to hear just some things that can back up what you're saying. And yeah, listening to each other like David said.
Thank you, Swiber, and thank you very much to the judges. Now we come on to the contestants. The two teams that we have in the studio today are team arguably the best, and we have EYC Group 2. And as I said before, they're two very experienced and very strong teams. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the contestants to introduce themselves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask each one of you to pick up the microphone and tell me your name and just one of your hobbies. So I'm going to ask arguably the best to start. So can I ask the person on the far side to start and then pass on the microphone?
My name's Masuma and I like watching YouTube.
My name's Anish and I like doing music.
My name's Jason, I enjoy reading.
Okay, so that's team arguably the best for you. And now we come over to team EYC Group 2. Can I ask you guys to do the same, please? Starting with the person on the far side.
My name's Rahel and I like basketball.
My name's Luam and I like football.
My name is Josiah and I enjoy athletics.
Okay, so a very sporty team there. Now introducing the topic for today's semi-final program. We have a statement which is social media helps students in everyday life. And now we're going to have both teams arguing, debating on either side of the statement. We have team arguably the best who are debating today against the statement, and we have EYC Group 2 who are debating for the statement. So without further ado, let's head over into the first round of today's program, and that is the speech round, where both teams, each individual contestant, will be giving a short 1 to 2 minute speech based around the topic, just outlining some of their key points, and they're going to be trying to earn some early points here with the judges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask EYC Group 2 if you guys can give your short speeches first, and can I perhaps ask Rahel to start, give your short speech, and then pass it on to the next person.
Hi, my name's Rahel and I agree with the statement because you can expand your research while using social media such as Google and Facebook and etc.
Thank you very much, Rahel.
Hi, my name is Luam and I'm debating for the motion of social media helps students in their everyday life. As social media isn't all about just interacting and communicating with friends and family. Social media can help people find jobs, voluntary work, tutors and many more everyday life activities.
Thank you very much, Luam.
Hi, my name is Josiah and I think that social media is necessary, and that's because it's not just about talking to your friends, but like you can talk to your friends and it will help you with exam stress and things like that. but you can also do further research with social media.
Okay, thank you very much, Team EYC Group 2. Some very good points coming from those speeches there. Now I'm going to come over to Team Arguably the Best. Can I ask you guys to do the same and give your short speeches, please?
So we all know that students use social media to research and learn about certain topics, but there becomes a point where they become too reliant on easily accessible information, which leads to a reduction in research and learning capabilities. Also, it causes detrimental effects to our linguistic abilities as we're used to using slang, and it reduces contact in real life, which also causes our communication skills to be destroyed, leading to unsatisfied employers. So social media basically affects our future capabilities, and it has a knock-on effect detrimental to our futures.
Thank you very much, Masuma, for a very strong speech there.
I would say that social media is very addictive, in the same way drugs is, and things like getting money, winning games. It's a sense of pleasure, and even though through an experiment by Harvard, it showed that when senses are connected to the brain, the same parts of the brain activated when you actually take drugs or like earn money. That same sense of pleasure is activated when you use social media or like talk about your life on social media. Hence, it does distract you from your education.
Thank you very much. Anush, finally coming on to Jason.
Hello, my name is Jason. While I agree that social media is a great platform for keeping in contact with your friends and sharing your day-to-day activities, I would have to disagree with the fact that it's beneficial for your education. Because while many people will say that it is something that's good for use, I would agree with that. But you have to look at the truth of the matter that most times when you're using social media, it isn't for the purpose of education. Mostly it's used for talking to friends and doing whatever other activities you wish to do. So it's a very loose-based argument that social media is actually beneficial towards education. Furthermore to that, I would say that I wouldn't really include sites such as Google or Internet Explorer as social media. So there is an extent to how much information you can actually access on social media sites. Furthermore to that point, you have the fact that social media sites are run by everyday individuals such as you, me, or any other person. There's no reliability in that source of information. Therefore, you'll often hear news stories of people that are groomed by people with slightly weird views, unorthodox ideas over the internet, because it's that easy to reach to young and impressionable minds.
Thank you very much, Jason, and thank you very much, Team Arguing the Best, for your speeches there. Can I just remind the contestants that the statement is it helps students in everyday life, so you don't have to specifically focus on the area of study and education. So we've heard the speeches from all 6 contestants, and we've heard a few powerful points coming out. So right from the start we can tell that this is going to be a very, very interesting debate with 2 very strong teams. So now, before we head over into the break, I'm going to come back to the judges, and I just want to ask you about your early impressions so far. So I'm going to come to Nosheen first. How are you feeling so far from what you've heard?
Yeah, I can see that the arguments are really strong, and we've got some really good contestants today.
Thank you very much, Nosheen. Swiber?
I think everyone's outlined their points really well, and I'm excited to hear more. I can't wait for the second round because I think it's going to be interesting.
Thank you very much, Swiber. And finally, David.
Yes, there have been some statements made on both sides, which I think they should really be challenged, and I'm hoping that each of the teams has picked out a weakness in the other's argument, which they can tear to shreds.
Thank you very much, David. Thank you very much to the judges. Now, after the break, we're going to head over into round 2 of today's program, and what happens in round 2 is both teams will actually be going against each other in what I like to call the debating round. So how it's going to work is I'm going to ask one team to come up with a opening statement / argument, and we're going to ask the other team to respond, and we're going to be going back and forth until I call an end to that string of debate, and I ask the other team to come with their opening statement. So that is the main round where both teams can actually go head to head, fight for their place in the final, and as David said, rip the opposition arguments to shreds. Now, before we head over into that round, we're going to have a very, very short break, so make sure you stay with us.